5 points. Cousins against Christie. Picked up by Stephen Trigan. He'll hook the ball out wide. We'll find out there.
Peter Collins.
It's the interchange bench today, Peter Collins. Ball still loose, chance for McIntyre. Thought about the handball, eventually kicks and finds Troy. He'll play it on quickly over to Paul Ryan. Ryan will hook one up towards the pocket area, looking for Phil Ward. Van Dommel got one hand to it and sees it safely out of bounds.
In fact, we gave you a crook steer on that one, Rick. They're even in worse trouble. They're 55 points down as they go into the last quarter.
No, 45 is right.
Is it? We'll get the sums out of it. 6 and 5 makes 11, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that all right?
45.
let's just try the football.
I think it's 45.
Yeah, 45. Comes back to 39 now. But that was a nice goal there by, I think it was Paul Martin running three of the packs. And while we're working out our sums, he did pick up a goal, Paul Martin. And no, I'm sorry, it was Darren Troy, one of the new chums on the ground today, working with interchange bench. And he picks up his first goal for the game and his club's 10th.
So a minute and a half in, South Adelaide with a chance to come back in the last quarter, restore some confidence under Rick Davies for the first time as coach. Central Districts first to the ball. It was Fraser, Robert Fraser. Plenty of attention from Phil Brooksby. And the ball goes out on the half-forward line for Centrals.
The throw in. Mark Hull will go up against Gary Christie for South. Hull maybe won the tap. It's loose in the centre. Trevor Rowe right behind Naily as he's been for most of this game. Picked up by David Kapler. He'll hook one around the corner with that left kick, and it's
out the full.
Stayed inbounds.
Well, it must have been touched off the hands, I'd say.
I think it just bounced inside.
Right, fine.
Throw from the grandstand side. Cousins up high, couldn't get a hand to it. Loose. Peter Krieg working hard in there, couldn't do much with it. Through came big Darren Harris. There's a throw being ruled out of that pack, and Naily will have to bring the ball back.
He was hoping the umpire might play the advantage rule, but he wasn't having any of that. He made it come back to Darren Harris.
So Harris from the wing. Big kick. Looks for Schneebichler, who got a big shove in the back too. Play it on, says the umpire. So the ball loose now on the half-back line for Pryor to pick up. Goes across to Bohm. Bohm's kick is interrupted.
Brett Nonna
gets a bit of attention on the way down. We'll pick up 15 metres.
Now let's see if he uses it. Most players don't these days when they get... He hasn't used it.
On his kick towards the half-forward line, Darren Harris is there behind Cousins. Cousins too strong in front spot. He will repel the attack. No, smothered off the boot, and that'll be 15 metres.
Yeah, he's a bit lucky, I reckon. He didn't go back far, did he? No. Darren Harris can't believe it either because he didn't move. Stuck his arm out.
Right.
Richard Cousins, the kick this time. A good kick through to the centre. Interrupted by Hewitt. Tries to go through. Play it on, says the umpire. So almost in the centre of the ground. Another bounce. 3.5 minutes into the last quarter. South Adelaide 39 points down.
Umpire Schramm the bounce. Cousins and Christie. Maybe Christie the tap. By him, he couldn't do much with it. Still loose on the ground. Dewhurst taps it further forward. Big conglomeration of players around it as Kapler breaks free. He gets his handball smothered. Martin's lost it. Troy takes off, but the whistle has gone, and Troy will have to bring the ball back. It'll be Paul Martin the kick. A long way out. He's going to have to sit it up for Schneebichler. Sure. Schneebichler's in the square. It's a long kick by Martin. Goal! Sheffield through it. It's a goal. Paul Martin's got his second on the board. South Adelaide make it 10 goals, 11 goals, 12 to Central's 17-9.
It's a fine goal by Paul Martin, a long goal. And it required a lot of work in the square by John Schneebichler and company, holding out the defensive thoughts of the Central District people, but it just cleared their hands, or the hands weren't really up in the air to make them any more difficult for Martin to have scored that goal, but he's got his second goal for the game.
South Adelaide need another 6 goals to hit the front for Rick Davies to score a first for them, and South's first for the season. Robert Fraser comes out a long way. Over the ball now, Hull. Hull gets a left footer from a standing start for Philip Graham. Philip Graham's going to lead in the race of the ball. He's plenty of attention.
free kick. But that's the way the umpire saw it.
Brett Nonner will go towards the outer side. He'll go short to Gary Christie and try and provide some run. Christie's going to have to wait. There's not a lot to kick to. He goes short. He's looking for Craig Dewhurst out in front of Peter Krieg. Dewhurst gets on towards Brett Nonner. And it's out of bounds. The throw in on the outer side.
Still a half-forward line for Central District. The ruckman move in. Cousins against Christie, who wins that tap well. Centrals drive it back in towards the centre forward position. McIntyre's stolen it though, and he gets a kick to the half-forward line for the Panthers. Coming through strongly there, Norsworthy. He couldn't go with it. Now Martin gets a handball out. Chance for Hewitt to run with it. He'll have to hurry. Bone bumped off behind him. Pushing and shoving. Who can turn the quickest? Whoa. Chance for Steve Bickler. It's the back post in the back. No, the in the back position played, and unfortunately Steve Bickler has hit the post with his knee. You can see him rub the knee. He won't be too happy about that. Kicked a lot of knee problems over the years, hasn't he? Kicked the ball and hit the post. But meanwhile, play had been held up because Chris Cole, the country recruit, has gone back for the free kick and has kicked the goal. Well, South Adelaide back in it now. As the score goes to 12-12 for the Panthers, behind Central 17-9.
Yes, well, I guess you could say they've got the scoring end by the trend of the game today. And Chris Cole was a little fortunate then to be deemed, well, he got the free kick anyhow, even in the back. And I felt it was a bit soft, that free kick, but nonetheless, he kicked the goal. And John C. Bickler still rubbing his knee in that forward pocket.
Played 7 minutes of this final quarter, a crowd of 6,750 here at the Adelaide Oval today. I can tell you that quite a few of those went home at three-quarter time. Maybe they shouldn't have, because perhaps South could get something out of this if they can get another couple of quick ones. But Stephen Treek will drive the Bulldogs up forward to Robert Fraser. Fraser on the half-forward line. Phil Graham comes out, very fast lead. He's looking for him, finds him. And Phil Graham has led well all day today. He's beaten his opponent out by 2 or 3 metres.
He had a particularly strong first quarter, didn't he? Got 3 goals on the board, but since then he hasn't managed to score one. He lines up 7.5 minutes into the last quarter.
Kick number 12 for Phil Graham. 30-40 metres out, he's directly in front. The drop punt is good, so it's a bit of a steadier for the Bulldogs. 18 goals, 9. They lead South 12-12.
Well, that's a remarkable comment that Keith just made, but he's quite correct. Phil Graham seems to have had a lot of effect on the Central District forward line today, which he has done, but he hasn't scored a goal since the first quarter. He opened up with 3 terrific goals. He kicked the 3rd, 4th and 5th goal for his side, and has had plenty of possession since then, but he's been wandering a long way away from the square, and consequently hasn't been able to score goals, and that becomes his first goal since the first quarter for this game today.
So hard work ahead for the Panthers. They're still 33 points down at the Adelaide Oval as Christie runs in for them. Wins the tap, but Krieg gets the kick away. Out towards the half-forward line. Brent Nonner leads for the Panthers. He couldn't take it. Norsworthy now with the ball. Onto the left foot. Kicks it in deep, but Phil Brooksby's at the back.
Phil Brooksby takes off quickly. Realises time is against 2 bouncers. Going around the outer side, he'll hook it towards the centre square. Cousins a big fly, balls away, taken by David Kapler. His handball over to Mark Nayley. Nayley will go over the top. Who's he looking for? Phil Ward. Phil Ward tried to tap it on. It didn't come off. Pryor still loose. Chance for Brett Nonner if he gets there first. He does. He needs support. He's got it from Michael Bennett. Bennett can't take it. He goes to ground.
A lot of untidy completely. A lot of untidy work over there.
Brett Nonner ducks in. Platten grabs him. Ball. Holding the ball decision. Brett Nonner went down with it. Platten certainly had the hold on him, so Platten's quick to play on. Finds Norsworthy. Norsworthy turns to play on, does so. Has to come back a margin, but Hull is there at the centre half forward position. Takes the safe mark. Hull's a long way out. He'll have to look for Philip Graham, who went to lead, decided to drop back into the square. It's a high ball right in deep. Robertson's taken the mark on the line.
Yes, it's been allowed, all right.
But Jeff Robertson, who has 2 goals, and his came in the first quarter as well, runs it around,